Hi, fifth grade. It's Mrs. DeMarinas, and today I'm going to do a quick review on simple long division. Let's get started. Remember, at any time you can pause or rewind the video and see how you're doing. So, first step, 3 goes into 4 how many times? Remember, we need a number on the roof and a subtraction problem. 3 goes into 4 one time. Now we multiply. 1 times 3 is 3. Then we subtract and we get 1. The next step is to bring down the 5. So now we have 15. 3 goes into 15 how many times? 5. And then we multiply. 5 times 3 is 15, and we get an answer of 0. But we're not done. We have another number, 1. Now remember, we're not done. We need a number on the roof and a subtraction problem for each step. 3 goes into 1 how many times? Well, it doesn't. It goes in 0 times. 0 times 3 is 0. And when you subtract, you get 1. Now, we could put remainder 1, but that's really for 4th grade, and now that we're in 5th grade, we do something different. We don't use remainders anymore. What we do is we'll add a decimal, and we can add a 0. Remember, we can add as many zeros as we like after the decimal because it doesn't change the value of the number. So now we can keep going. 3 goes into 10 how many times? 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and when you subtract, you get 1. We can add another number because typically when working with decimals in long division, you will take your answer to 2 decimal places. So let's drop another 0. Now we have 10 again. 3 goes into 10 how many times? Well, again, 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and when you subtract, you get 1. Again, can't see it. Let me add it down here. You get 1. We could keep going, but you'll notice that if we keep going, we are going to continue to get 10 minus 9 is 1. And if we add another 0 here, we're going to continue to get 10 minus 9 is 1. So this is going to be a repeating number. If we keep adding zeros, we're going to keep continuing to have 3's on top. And that means it's a 3 with a line on top, which means it's a repeating decimal. So our answer is 150 and 33 hundredths, which would repeat. Let's try another one. Here we have 321 divided by 4. Let's begin. 4 goes into 3 how many times? Well, it doesn't. So you can either skip it or you can put a 0, and now we're going to 32. 4 went into 3, it didn't. So we're going to do 4 goes into 32. Actually, 4 goes into 32 8 times exactly, because 8 times 4 is 32. And when we subtract, we get 0. We bring down the 1. 4 goes into 1 how many times? It doesn't. It goes in 0 times. 0 times 4 is 0. And when you subtract, you get 1. Let's add a decimal. And remember, we're going to try and take our answer at least to 2 decimal places. 4 goes into 10 how many times? 2. 2 times 4 is 8, with 2 left over. Remember, we should take our answer to 2 decimal points, 2 decimal places if possible. Drop another 0. 4 goes into 20 how many times? 5. 5 times 4 is 20. And it came out exactly even. Let's try one more. Last one. 877 divided by 5. Why don't you pause the video, and I'm going to work out the whole solution, and let's see if you can get the answer. Pause the video till you're done, and then press play and see if you got the same answer that I did. Here's our answer. Our answer would be 175 and 4/10. Now you might say, well, wait a minute, we're supposed to take it to 2 decimal places. But notice if we do that, 5 goes into 0, 0 times, we would wind up with the same answer. So if you got 175 and 4/10, or if you got this answer of 175 and 40 hundredths, either one is correct. Great job.